Welcome to this live stream. Today is day 4 of our live stream. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for respecting the time at all time. So today we'll talk about patience. We'll talk about patience. What is patience? Someone who is patient, so practice patience. Who is he? What is it? Before we dive into what patience is all about, let me try and give you a recap of what happened for the past 3 days. We spoke about forgiveness, ignorance, humility. Forgiveness is letting go. Letting go is a process and a decision to make. If you can't handle forgiveness on your own, go and meet a therapist. Why do you meet a therapist? Because he has more knowledge on how you can overcome your fears to forgive. In ignorance, we spoke about, because I know more in what interests me, because you know more on what interests you, I may be ignorant of what you know best, but that doesn't make me stupid. That's because I have less or no knowledge of what you got more interest in. You they are aware of those particular topics. What do you need to do? You need to educate and not criticize people about it. Then to make them feel less important, rather than when you can just educate them and sensitize them about what is needed to be done. And some of these areas can be in personal development, health, factual events, political issues. You're very knowledgeable. What do you need to do? Just need to get in contact with them, sensitize them, create awareness of what is needed to be done. Humility, we spoke about humanity in general, how you have to outpour your humanity to the world. It's all about building relationships. What about humility was all about. So today's about patience. How can you be patient? How beneficial is patience to you as a human being in terms of your interpersonal relationship or intrapersonal relationships? So that's what we're going to talk about. So patience is all about, say, the quality of waiting calmly without complaining. Patience, what is it? It's a quality of waiting calmly without complaining. The quality is not quantity. It can mean a quantity in terms of the time you spend, but think about the quality, the value you give to it. Let's take for example, there are 2 types of way we react towards things. Firstly, we react because we expected something at the end of what we are engaging ourselves in. But the second area is we didn't expect that, but we were overwhelmed by our patience we had, by our gesture we included into that activity. Hope it's understood. There are 2 ways we react towards things in our environment or to our space. Firstly, we expected something at the end of it. One, either we get it positive or negative. While the other area is we least expected that, and we were overwhelmed and overjoyed by the result we obtained from it. So when you are giving your time to something, is it quantity or quality? It becomes quantity when you are expecting something. That's where gratitude comes into being. Patience is about gratitude. So patience is all about gratitude. So when you're talking about the quality, you do not expect that result, but you are grateful for what you obtain from your patience. Hope it's making some sense. I hope it's clear enough. If you've got any questions, write in the comment section. If you want to join me in the live, let me know and we'll talk about that. So patience again is the quality not the quantity. Quantity comes with expectations, and quality comes with least or no expectations. Your time you are given, and you're less complaining. You don't worry. When it's quantity, you start worrying. But when it's quality, you less worry about things. Less worry about things. So, understanding that patience comes into two areas: your interpersonal skills or your interpersonal communication. When we talk of interpersonal, it's about how you relate with your external self, with your relationship, your social skills, your communication style with the person next to you, to your environment. Let's always take note that our environment plays a bigger role in our lives. Our environment plays a bigger role in our life. Let's not ignore that. No, I can control the environment. How can you control the environment when the environment it's influencing a major part in your life? It's always relevant, very, very important for you to know that, for you to progress, for you to outgrow, to outpour knowledge that you obtain or you have, that you're talented. Your environment plays a bigger role. Don't always say, I'm strong. You know, we all are strong people, but there are some particular qualities that you can be related to your environment. That's where you come. That's where the cultural identity comes now into being. I'll talk about the cultural identity and the personal identity on our YouTube channel at Pauline Gungang Official. You could go there and understand better what is about personal quality and cultural identity. So it's all about trying to build a better relationship with the person next to you. So that's interpersonal skills, interpersonal skills, interpersonal communication styles. So how do you relate with them? Are you patient enough with them? Are you patient enough with them? Are you trying to get into what they are trying to get, what they are trying to tell you, or what they are trying to involve you into? For you to learn that act of patience, you have to get involved into that person, into that environment. You can't say, I can speak English when you don't communicate with someone who speaks English, or when you don't really live in an English set. Yes, you can speak English, but you can learn English. How do you practice your English? You have to communicate with somebody. Either it's through the phone, either it's through groups, meetings, or any other activity they engage in. That's where comes now your cultural identity, your interpersonal skills. So, how patient are you? How patient are you with them? Is your patient quality or quantity? Is your patient quality or quantity? We as human beings, in fact, never ever doubt yourself. Never ever doubt the quality you can give to someone. Never ever doubt that what you're saying is wrong. It might be wrong, maybe to that particular setting you find yourself. It might be wrong based on the person who understands your area of where you see things. Factual events are things which are real, that is natural, that you can prove them scientifically or not even through observation. It's humanity, so things involve so many times. There are a lot of involvement that you can't really show of this. But when it comes to factual events, it's sure it's real. That can be changed. But when you talk about social events, humanity, it's evolving at all times. So you have to always be at your game. You give your opinion. You give your opinion, okay? And the person decides either to accept it or not. The older you get, the more experience you get, you don't try to debunk the person's idea. You don't try to say the person is bad or negative talk or you're saying is wrong. you say, I think maybe what you are thinking is from that direction. If we could discuss on this, or we could try to negotiate and try to coin things together. I am perfect in my own ways, in my own thinking. But when I meet up with you, I'm imperfect. That's why we always have clash of ideas. We always have conflict because of our interests are different. Because we are imperfect to the next person. It requires your patience. I'm talking about interpersonal skills. It requires your patience to try to put yourself in that person's space. That's empathy we're talking about now. Put yourself in that person's space to build that relationship with the person. So that relationship you're trying to build, or that community, or that identity, that team you want to build with that person, comes with your patience, to listen, to show your empathy, to open your mind to it. For you to be patient, you have to get involved into it. So each time you're discussing with someone, each time you're thinking about getting into an event or into a space, a dialogue space, always ask yourself, is it quality or is it quantity? So that is interpersonal skills. So now we'll talk about intrapersonal skills. Intrapersonal skills comes now with your character, with your well-being. That's you. You're the boss. You're the king. You're the queen in your own self. Are you patient enough with yourself? Do you try to negative talk yourself? You are an entity of your own. Have you tried to imagine whereby when someone dies, or when someone dies, people cry a lot. People actually cry. Some people commit suicide. Some people do other things just to get away with the pain. I have to tell you how powerful you are as a human being. As a human being. But if by mistake you like smash an ant or some of those little insects, you're not affected, because you don't yeah, it's something. It's nothing. Some people who love animals might get so offended by it, but you only have little interest. But when a human being dies, it really affects you. You really get into contact. You sometimes you get depressed. You're always getting scared of what will happen next, and maybe I might be the next person, or maybe I just. So that emotions, those characteristics that you bring up to, that's somewhere you feel that, no, I am a human being, so I have to care for myself. I have to be that limelight. I have to bring joy to myself personally. People really relate to you when you spread what you feel inside. What you feel inside. Another thing I can talk about for your interpersonal skill, let's talk about personal development. So let's talk about personal development. How do you develop yourself? What do you do to improve yourself? Now, presently, there's a lot of negative thoughts. A lot of things happen in the world. You wake up in the morning and you want to look at the news updates. Either this one has been killed, either there's an explosion, either there's conflict, either something is wrong somewhere. You call home and you talk. Do you know this person had this encounter, and that person? You go to your workspace. They say, oh, sorry, the contract was cancelled due to this reason. Your personal self, you're hungry, there's no food to eat. All those thoughts in your mind, how do you deal with them? All those thoughts in your mind, how do you deal with them? How do you try as much as possible to be that firm human being, to be that entity of your own? That all comes with patience, and that patience now comes through meditation. Okay, so it comes now through meditation. How often do you meditate? How often do you get in contact with your body? Another example I can talk is you are being known by what you say, but you are being remembered by what you do. Okay, hope you get it. Hope it's flowing. I feel free, ask any questions. You want to join the live, let me know and I can put you in and we'll talk about this. Hey Gideon, Tatiana, Dean, Harriet, hope everything is going well. So let's continue. So patience with yourself, your intrapersonal self, it's meditation, it's giving the best you can. Another glaring example I can talk about is your physical appearance. It's your physical appearance. Someone will say, I don't like when you call me this name. Is it based on how you look? Or is it based on how you portray yourself? Someone will say, this is my hot mama, or this is my fashionable father, this is my... Maybe that depends on how they picture themselves, how they try to put themselves. But you know that you're getting old, so people will always call you pertaining to how they see you, how you perceive yourself. So if you want to be called this person, then work on your physical body. Not that you must be slim or you must be fat. No. You have to act in ways that reflect who you are, your personality. People will remember you for what you say. People will mark you for what you say, but what keeps them emotionally attached to you? It's your action. It's how you try your best to be that human being you want to be known for. So we have spoken about the interpersonal skills, interpersonal relationships, and the intrapersonal relationships. So we move further. Let's know that when you start learning the importance of being patient, you less worry about things. Note that there are two types, the quality and the quantity. Are you either for the quantity or you are for the quality? The quality, there is no expectations, but you know where you are going to. You know what you want to attain. You know where this road is leading you to. When it comes to the quantity, you are expecting that if things doesn't work out the way you expect it to be, you will get angry, you get so worried, get depressed, and you will not be happy for what you've had. 3 ways for you to cultivate patience. First, reframe your actions, reframe the situation. First, is it the quality or the quantity? How do you picture yourself in that situation? Are you trying to grow through force, or are you trying to grow naturally? When you want to get involved into something, always put yourself at 2 positions, the negative or the positive. Don't just go because you should just go or should be patient now. In every engagement you have with someone, in any engagement you have in a society, have a goal plan. Don't think it's an expectation, but have something that keeps you going. Why should you have that? It guides you on your time. It protects you. It guides your peace of mind per se. What example can I bring forward? All right, you are going for a match. You go and watch football. Okay, going to watch football. You say, I know my team is gonna win this with let's say 4-0 or 5 football lovers. When you go to the match and the way they played, it gave you an assurance that they were happy doing their thing and they did their best. Even if they didn't give you they didn't give you the score you wanted, but because you're patient, you were critically looking, because you're getting involved into that situation. Because involved in that situation, you are excited, you get involved. Oh wow, that's what they did. If they could have done this, but they have improved so much on it. And if you're an aspiring footballer, do you care about the goals, or you care about the strategies on the success the players used to play in the game? So now you have an idea. You say, no, I'm going to win. So that guides your mind, and that doesn't deprive you from where you want to be, but it gives you more understanding of how things should look like. And if you're that fan of that football team, you see no need insulting the next opponent. You see no need of it saying, what they did is wrong, or you guys don't care. No, it's more of a compromise. You say, oh wow, what they did, they really did well. The goalkeeper did his best, but this time they came more stronger, they came more prepared. That interaction now opens your brain, opens your mind, and through that communication you give to people, to their next opponent, he can say, oh, if they have tried this, so that's what you guys do. So what you are learning, because you are aspiring footballer, there are so many skills you are learning, there are so many skills you are improving yourself into. So that's when you're reframing the situation. Look at it on the positive and the negative. And if you saw that in the negative, you're expecting that you give a 4-0 and you get angry, you are going to leave the game not satisfied with the time you spent there, with so much anger, so much resentment. Anybody you see with an opposing team, you just try as best to make them feel inferior and outpour the anger you feel within yourself. So always try as much as possible just to reframe the situation, positive or negative. Second is practice mindfulness. That comes in meditation. How long do you meditate? Do you just wake up in the morning and just look into your phone, or do you wake up in the morning and try to reflect how will my day look like? How am I going to engage in this activity? In the afternoon, when things get stuck at work, do you start shouting at your employers, or do you try to just sit back and reflect what went wrong, what's the issue at hand? And also, at the end of the day, do you try to sit back on your bed and reflect, what did I do today? What are the activities I engaged in? Was that good? Was it relevant? Was it really impressive? Was it that kind of day I wanted it to be? So through that practice, you practice a lot of mindfulness. You try to not get offended easily. You try much as possible not to get retaliated or depressed or stressed about situations. And the funniest thing is that before you even go to sleep, before your mind really comes into sober, it just comes naturally when you think about your day, how it's spent. But now, if you want to practice mindfulness, you have to get into it. You have to do as much as possible as a practice. So even before sleeping, before falling asleep, you have a peaceful mind, and it's easy enough to fall asleep when you had a really refreshed summary of how your day was. Another thing you can do is practice gratitude. How do you practice gratitude? Gratitude is emotional. It never ends. It just keeps traveling along. It just keeps getting longer and longer and longer and longer. So Are you showing gratitude for what you had, or what you have, what you had, or what you're going to have, or you're just thankful for what you have? Thankfulness is just to say, okay, take this thing, because it says, oh, thank you so much for what you did. I'm really grateful. It's really, and you explain how you feel deep within you. Thankfulness, say, okay, thank you, okay, thank you. But gratitude gives you an in-depth explanation of how you want to outgrow, or how you want to keep that love. Another attitude, another way you can talk about gratitude, talk about your mom's love, your parents' love, your siblings' love, your spouse's love. You say, oh, my mom did so much for me that I can do anything for her. That is gratitude. That is gratitude. Come to your spouse. He has been the most amazing husband. She has been the most amazing wife to me. Each time you always recognize who she is to you. Each time you recognize who he is to you. That's it. When it comes to thankfulness, next you can tell by when someone gives you a gift and you're not happy, you say, oh, thank you so much, and I'm happy, and you even force the smile on your face. Sometimes your ribs start hurting you, and the next day you just forget about the person, or you just forget about the gift. So when they ask you, can you tell me about this person? You're babbling. You're babbling. He's a nice person. You say particular words. It's not diverse. Your words are not diverse. It's just simply just the same thing. But when you are grateful, when you are gratitude, the word just comes just like that, and the feelings cannot be explained, but it can be felt by each and one in that environment. So if you encounter a situation whereby the man is crying or the woman is crying because of love, it's gratitude. So maybe her words are short enough, so she has to express them through her tears. He has to express them through his tears. Should you bowl them and say? And say to the person, stop crying. You are stop crying. Why should you cry? Men don't cry. Women don't cry. How can a person explain what he or she feels? That's where comes gratitude. Okay. That's where comes gratitude. There is no best way to express gratitude. There's no best formula. But with thankfulness, it's a formula. He's nice, she's good, she's a good person. The same words, the same time. But when you are grateful, just to look at what the person has done, just to look of what the environment you have impacted, just to look of how people uplift you, words get short enough. You just keep anything that maybe it doesn't make sense, the English doesn't come out clearly, the words are just shaking your mouth. That comes gratitude. So patience comes with gratitude. So for you to really build yourself towards that gratitude, you have to try as much as possible to just be happy deep within yourself. And happiness, you can't go and touch happiness. Happiness is felt within the heart. Happiness is felt within the heart. So that's things you have to consider in terms of patience. So hope that's all for today. Hopefully there are things you have tried so much as possible to understand. Try also related with so many things and improve yourself. The year is coming to an end. And maybe this year you're able to really be patient with yourself, being patient with your relationship with people. 2022, just improve on yourself, just be more patient, and things will unfold in ways you least expected. And the more patient you are, the more wiser you become. Okay, the more patient you are, the more wiser you become. So in summary of everything we spoke about today, it's about quality and not quantity. Quality, now let's go to the negative one. Quantity, it comes with expectations. When you're expecting something, what are you doing? If it just got little on me, you get angry and you get disappointed. And when it comes to quality, you least expected. You had a goal you least expected, but what you have attained from it really uplifts your mind, and you are willing to work hard the more to produce more results, and to practice that patience, and to practice that patience. Another thing is, when you practice patience, when you try to bring patience within yourself, you less worry about things. You less worry about things, and your mental health matters a lot. Apart from the physical, the financial stability, if you're not mentally okay, nothing is okay. Nothing comes okay. So if you have been struggling so hard to attain that job, struggling so hard to achieve that position, Emma, that thing you get so excited, just be patient enough. Learn. Get involved in what you're involved in. Get involved in what you are doing right now, and you're gonna learn so many things. Things don't just come just like that to you. People who have been successful, people who have succeeded, or let me say parents, they say, they didn't just come and say, okay, let's have a child now, or let's just come together and just go. No, they had a main goal, they had a plan, and they surpassed so many things together for them to be that level, to be attain that particular thing. Spending a day with someone or spending a day in that activity uplifts your mind, except if you are involved in it, and that involvement comes with your patience. So when you are patient enough, you don't get so frustrated over things. So always try to reframe the situation. Is it positive or negative? Mindfulness. Are you grateful for what you got? So that's all about today. So that's all about gratitude. That's all about gratitude. That's all about patience. Patience is gratitude. It's for yourself, your interpersonal self, and your intrapersonal self. So thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully next year we're gonna be better individuals, better spouses, better friends, and better colleagues at our place of our job site. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to talk about giving. 1 p.m. same time, GMT plus 1. 1 p.m. GMT plus 1. Talk about giving. What is given to you? What is given to you? What does it mean by giving? It's not about the thankfulness by giving. What about the gratitude? How being grateful for you to be given. So you all have a lovely day. Oh, I have some comment sections. Oh, c'est bien ça, Madame Pauline. Oh, merci beaucoup, c'est bien. So refreshing listening to you, my dear. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for this. It's really enlightening me a lot. Bless you too, Richard. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow. Practice gratitude and be patient. Everything is gonna be fine. Bye.